What is up, football fans? I am Danny Austin from the Calgary Sun. This is Steve Simmons in from the Toronto Sun. Steve, I've got to ask, you've been here a couple days now. What are some of the sort of the storylines that are captivating you from this Grey Cup?
Well, I think you start with the coaches. I mean, guys who played 8 years together in the CFL. Who plays 8 years in the CFL, let alone 8 years on the same team together? And then they became coaches at the same time together, and here they are head coaching against each other in Orlando Steinauer's first year as a head coach in the CFL. I think that's a great story that old friends, old football players, old teammates are here together doing this, kind of an against all odds kind of story. And then you get the opposite of that with the quarterbacks, and you have a backup and a third string, I think, sort of quarterback for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. I mean, Collaros was almost out of the league, or his career almost ended when Simone Lawrence hit him, and now he's playing against Simone Lawrence in the Grey Cup, and for a different team, and a team he wasn't supposed to be playing, but their first-string quarterback got hurt, and the Bombers' second-string quarterback got hurt. So we're seeing a championship football game. Really, I can't recall a Super Bowl, a Grey Cup, anything. I've seen one backup quarterback. I can't remember two.
No, it's incredibly unique. I mean, what's funny about this game, though, is you look elsewhere, and there's star power all over the field. I mean, we've got the CFL awards tonight, and I think we're probably going to have the most outstanding player, most outstanding defensive player, coach of the year, pretty much everything other than rookie could be playing in this game on Sunday.
Well, that's again the next thing here. I mean, Brandon Banks has just been a guy you can't take your eyes off.
Yeah.
Like, he's just been such a fun football player to watch. If anyone was ever made to play in the CFL, and had it not been for June Jones, who came and coached the Hamilton, American came and coached the Hamilton Tiger Cats, who said, "I got this kick returner. He's better than that. I'm gonna use him as a receiver." And here he is. You know, he's the best in the league at it, or the best numbers guy certainly in the league. And so you have Brandon Banks, and you've got people like Adam Bighill, one of the great defensive players in the CFL. So great offensive guy, great defensive guy. I think. Orlando Steinauer is going to be the coach of the year, and yet you could have argued that the Montreal guy could have been the coach of the year.
And so Craig Dickinson in Saskatchewan did a great job as well.
And so the layers in this football game, for two franchises that have had so little success winning championships. I mean, it's a long time since the Ticats won. It's a longer time since the Bombers won. And you think to yourself, wow, like, you should win every 9 years or 8 years. Isn't that the way it's supposed to work? They've gone a long, long time, and so this means a lot to those communities and to people who followed these football teams and supported them for years. Everybody wants their parade. Everybody wants that moment in the sun. And neither of these teams have been relevant in terms of Grey Cup winning for years.
And I've certainly seen it out west, and I know you were at the East Final, and you said that it was just a spectacular environment in Hamilton.
Yeah, I mean, they've done such a good job with that new stadium in Hamilton, Tim Hortons Field. Hamilton is a real different it's a small place. It doesn't have, like, half the people there are commuters that work in other places, but the hardcore exists, and you see it at football games, and you see it like you saw it last week at the Eastern Final, and they love their football and they love this team, and for a lot of years they didn't have a lot to love, even when they loved the team, and so they had that old broken down stadium, it's gone, and they had an old broken down team, it's gone. They've got really one of the great progressive coaches in the CFL in Steinauer. They've got they have a good quarterback in Mazzoli, and then they have the backup is terrific. And there's so many parts and places and things. And on the defense, man, when you go through the defense, it's like all-star, 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 all-star. Yeah. I don't know how people score points against them. So, I love what Hamilton football is a great example of what a small community can become in the CFL and why it works.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Steve. That's it from us. Thanks for watching.